So this video is not going to be too long. We're going to talk about links. Links are a common thing that come up a lot in Linux, and you need to have a basic understanding of them. You don't need to be an expert. So let's go ahead and create a blank file. We'll call it junk.txt, and we see it's there. And how about I fill that file with some information? I'll do echo, this is a file, and I will redirect it into junk.txt. And now if I do cat, you can see that junk.txt has some information in it, right? There are two different types of links that come up a lot in Linux: hard links and soft links. To create a hard link, ln, and then the file that we're linking to, and then the name of the link. And now when we do ls, we see we have a new file called link1. If I do ls-l, we can see we see it as its own file there. If I do ls-i, I is kind of an interesting option for ls. It shows us the inodes. What are inodes? All the other information about a file besides a file is kept in the inode, right? Who's the owner of the file? What group does it belong to? What permissions do they have set? All that information is actually in the inode and not stored in the file itself. If you notice, junk.txt and link1 have the same inode number. That's what a hard link does. It literally, creates another copy of the inode. If, on the other hand, I do ln-s and junk.txt, and I'm going to call it link2. Now when I do ls-i, you see link2 has its own inode number. So link2 did not create a copy of the inode. Link2 creates a brand new file that points to junk.txt. And if I do ls-l, you can see that link2, one, if you look in the special bit in the most left-hand side, you see that it has an L there to indicate that it's a link. You also see that it's a different color, and you see this notation, the arrow and the file that it points to. All right. So what's the difference between hard links and soft links besides the fact that one copies the inode and the other one does not? Hard links can only work on one file system, so you cannot create a hard link across file systems. So if you have two different disk drives, it must be a soft link. Two, hard links are required for certain old-fashioned programs to work, but they create these weird inconsistencies, particularly if you're deleting files, right? In that you can delete it from one place and still have a hard link somewhere else. With the soft links, the operating system keeps track of how many files are pointing to how many links are pointing to a file. In every modern system, you always want to create a soft link. Never use a hard link. Hard links are old stuff. You should not use them, but sometimes you have to create a hard link. One other thing, when you create a link, don't do what I do and use the dot notation, which is a relative path. Always use the full path. Because if I was to say move link2 now to a new directory, it would be broken. So always use the full path when you create a link. And that's about it for links. Other than that, you can use links just like you can any file. So if I do cat link1, you can see it prints it out. If I do cat link2, it prints it out. And I can link2, I can edit it. I can do everything that I would normally do with that file through this new name. All right? If you have any questions, shoot me an email.